Hello everybody, my name is Abdullah and for today I'm going to be doing a user's review about the Nokia E7. See, what's the difference between this review and reviews done by phone sites is that I'm an actual user. I keep the phone with me for more than just a week or so to do the review, so I'll give you a more realistic point of view about the features of the phone. And I really hope you enjoy this. Okay, let me start with the hardware of the E7. As you can see, the E7 is quite massive in size and it is also quite heavy. It has a 4-inch screen at the front, a single menu button, and at the back there is the 8 megapixel camera, and here's the speaker. And at the top, I'm not sure if it's clear, but there's an HDMI port, there's a power on and off key, there's a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and there's a USB charger port. On the left side, there's only the unlock slide key. On the right side of the device, there's the camera shutter key, there's the volume slider up and down, and there's the SIM port. And what's special about this device compared to the N8, for example, is that it has a full QWERTY keyboard, and as you can see, it's a 4-row keyboard, and it's very nicely spaced. The buttons are big. The tactile feedback is quite amazing. This is by far the best keyboard on a phone I've ever seen, and I've tried many keyboards before. Moving on to the UI. This phone it's closed. Anyways, let me put it on. This phone is running on Symbian 3, and it has a 680 MHz processor running inside, ARM11 processor, 256 megabytes of RAM, and a graphics accelerator. The phone in general, I like the user interface, despite it not being on par with Android, iOS, or even Windows 7 in terms of smoothness and fluidity of the UI. It is still a very good operating system, and in terms of features, it is by far the most feature-packed. As you can see, the screen is really big. And what I like about this phone in general is the size of the screen. Not only that, but also the colors the screen produces. They're really nicely saturated. The brightness is top notch, even though the phone you see right now is running on an application that enhances the brightness. The brightness is still quite something. So yeah, Symbian 3, as I said, it's quite a good operating system, although I really think Nokia should have made the device have more RAM and a better processor, because coming from the N8, after a couple of months you really start missing the RAM. They should have made it more future-proof, and unfortunately they didn't. Features that I find really good in this phone is the free voice-guided navigation, where you can install any maps of any country in the world, and it will guide you by voice, and it's completely for free. You don't have to be connected to 3G or anything like that. This is quite useful, especially in countries where 3G is expensive. Another thing I like about the device is obviously the keyboard, which I mentioned earlier. It is quite something, and you really have to experience it for yourself to just know how good it is. Other than that, I like the features that come with the phone, such as USB on the go, where you can connect any USB to the phone using the USB port, and the cables come with the phone, and it can basically open the USB the same way a full computer can. and obviously the big screen really does make a difference when browsing and viewing movies. Now, Symbian 3 comes pre-installed with a few apps such as Social, and I highly recommend that anybody who gets this phone doesn't depend on the pre-installed apps, because they're really quite mediocre compared to what you can actually get on the OV store, such as, for example, Twitter and Facebook client Gravity, which is one of the best on all platforms I've ever tried. It's very smooth. Another thing I don't like about this phone is the camera. The 8 megapixel camera is an EDOF unit, and this means it doesn't have autofocus. It's an extended depth of field camera, which means everything from 60 centimeters and beyond is in focus. Now, this is great for taking quick snapshots on the go, but if you want to take really good photographs, you really have to be stable and still, because otherwise the photos can easily become blurry. Another thing is that you can not take macro shots at all, which is such a shame considering that this is a business-orientated phone. So yeah, the E7 is really quite a mixed bag. If you're coming from an Android or an iPhone, you wouldn't quite like the operating system because you'll feel like you've taken steps back in time, even though the functionality is quite good. But yeah, but then again, the hardware really makes up for the shortcomings of the UI if you can live with it, because it's quite livable. It's not that bad as some phone sites make it out to be. And the solidity, you really, if you buy this phone and then move to anything else, you really start missing the unibody aluminum. It's quite something. Also the keyboard. If you're a keyboard lover, you'll definitely want to check out the E7's keyboard. As I said, it's by far one of the best on the market right now. Battery life, something I forgot to talk about, on this phone is actually quite good, despite the battery not being comparable in size to other phones. It is actually quite good. It can last about a day and a half of extensive usage and about 2 to 3 days of normal usage. So, thank you all for watching this, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And you can ask me any questions about this device in the comments below, and giving me your feedback would be great. So yeah, thanks. And if you really like it, you can let me know, and hopefully I'll be posting more videos, more user videos, to let you all know what I think about certain phones. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.